Okay, today I'm going to show you by demonstration that if I raise or lower a resonant frequency, in some cases, I can get an extremely similar result with a completely different movement. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to try to isolate the second formant in my voice. And I'm going to try to shift around the second formant in such a way that you can hear it coupled exactly with a harmonic. The harmonics are already in the sound. They're coming directly from the vocal folds. So I'm not going to be singing two notes at once for you, but you are going to probably hear two notes at once. You were always hearing these notes, but now you're going to hear them a little bit more clearly. In the first demonstration, I'm going to be using area number 4. And in the second demonstration, I'm going to be using area number 5. And I'm going to make a very, very similar change in both cases, but with opposite motions. When I use area 4 to get a lower tone, I'm going to constrict that area. And when I use area 5 to get a lower tone, I'm going to expand in that area. But both will move the second formant in more or less the same way. I call this a fungible formant tuning. Fungible means that you can exchange the one for the other. We're going to see that with perturbation theory, we can not only do some math to get to the formant tuning that we want, sometimes we can use it to get a particular position that we want because we know that the brain is doing math so that these things come out to the value that we're actually after. So example number 1, using area 4. I'm pulling my tongue back at the beginning and I'm just sliding it forward. It's touching the roof of my mouth so that I know I'm not disturbing area number 5. Now I'm going to do the opposite. My tongue is pulled back basically the whole time, and I'm just changing this space. Okay, so this is a bonus round. I showed you earlier that when I move my tongue around in really particular ways, it's very easy for me to affect the second formant tuning because there's a pressure node behind my tongue. So I can sort of isolate movement back there and sing two notes at the same time. And I can do the same using the area under my hard palate. But remember I said that I should be able to also tune my second formant using any of the other areas of interest that involve the first formant. So that's area number 2. And area number 3. Now, I don't feel like I really have the skill to do this with area number 3, but area number 2, the opening of my mouth, is pretty easy to do. So if I more or less keep my tongue in place, and I just adjust the shape of my mouth, what I'm saying is I should be able to make those overtones for you, those audible overtones, while keeping my tongue relatively still, because I'm still going to be tuning that second formant. It's going to be a different sound, and you're going to see movement at the end of the vocal tract, but it's going to affect the second formant in a very similar way. Well, actually, in exactly the same way, because I'm going to be tuning my second formant using the pressure node at the end of my mouth instead of the pressure node that's behind my tongue. So here we go. I'm also moving the first formant, obviously. But I'm distracting you away from the first formant because I'm keeping my laryngeal vestibule relatively open. So I'm kind of holding it down. I'm holding that first formant down enough that I then give myself the opportunity to use only my lips to move the second formant. So they are very fungible in certain ways.